You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video. Hey guys, Nary here from Drakewing Gaming. Some of you know me on Twitter, The Gaming Dragon. Today I'm coming at you with a new Let's Play episode of Santa Lucia. God, I love the music in this game. It is absolutely incredible. Man, Alright guys, so let's go ahead and just jump right back in, shall we? Please sit back and enjoy for the next 18 minutes of entertaining you. Let's jump right in. Alarm chain, you are up, and let's go, girl. Alright, let's do it. Okay. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Carlos smile as he takes a sip from his cup. It's all in good fun, right? Still, I could use a little break. Maybe I really will find a seat somewhere else. Figures. I ran out of orange chicken, so I decided to get a sandwich instead. Fortunately, they packed these suckers. I glanced down at the monstrosity on my plate and see it's practically overflowing with meat, cheese, veggies, and condiments galore. I unconsciously licked my lips. I can't wait to get my mouth around this bad boy. Oh my god. No! Ha! With my newly restocked tray, I returned to the seating area. So then I told her, Susie DiCaprio is never going to see the play, so go ham. Oh, that's adorable. Did she? With a little coaching from me, of course. Oh, you're so humble. I'm surprised humble is in your vocabulary. Tell us how it went. Huh. I see my group is in the middle of a conversation. I decide I don't want to intrude right now, so look around for another place to sit. Oh. A couple tables down, there's a chubby raccoon gathering people together to take a group picture. His yellow overshirt flutters a bit as he quickly kneels to get a better angle. Heh, it's good to see even the other groups are having a good time. I travel deeper into the dining hall, scanning for an open seat with relative privacy. At this point, I just kind of want to eat my food and relax. Slipping behind a pillar, I find a nice spot that's hidden from view. I've already pulled out a chair and placed down my tray on the table before I notice something. Oh, hello there. Oh! Directly across from me sits the dragon I saw earlier. I'm sorry, I didn't see you there. Take a step back and put a hand behind my head. May I have a seat? The dragon nods his head and looks down at his plate. Yeah. There's trembling hesitation in his voice. You sure? It's alright to say no. Oh. It's okay. Go ahead. I nod my head and relax, sitting down and scooting the chair in. I unwrap a straw and stick it in my cup. There's a distinct sound of something tapping beneath the table on his side. Wait a second. Uh-oh. Someone warned me about a dinner scene. I don't think this is a dinner. So maybe it's... Ooh, boy. Alright, I guess we'll see what happens. I take a sip from my soda and smile at him. So, how's it going? Oh, fine, I guess. He hasn't taken a bite of his pizza since I got here. My name's Ben. What's yours? He relaxes for a moment. I'm Zach. Hey, it's nice to meet you. I smile while holding out a hand towards him to shake. His guard immediately goes up again. The dragon carefully grabs my hand, clearly uncomfortable with the interaction. I sense the mood and give it a light shake, then let it return to his side. Sorry, He nibbles on a slice without... Probably trying to change the subject without saying so. So how's orientation been so far? Good. It's been good. Seems to sink into his seat a bit. I think I saw you earlier at the marketplace. Yeah. I notice his hands have found their way into his jacket's pockets. I'm sorry, I'm bad at this. I never know what to say. Nobody ever really sees me. I crook my head slightly. Is that why you walked away? He nods. I see. What about your group? Where are they? He points a finger towards a table halfway across the dining hall. They're over there. I kind of sort of told them I needed to use the bathroom. I peek around the pillar we're behind. Eh? Oh my. Yep, big boy. I see a familiar panther laughing and mingling with a group of students. Sam's your mentor? Yeah. I met him earlier. Can't help but feel... He's pretty cool. A tinge of jealousy at that. He seems to be having a good time over there. Wonder why Zach isn't with them. Yeesh. I know if I were him, I'd be excited to have Sam as my mentor. Yeah. I return my attention back to the dragon. He just stares off to the side. I take a moment to start on my sandwich. Mmm. It's so big I can barely open my jaw enough to take a bite. Ugh. Crap! I chew the piece enough to swallow, then look down at the splatter of condiments on my plate. Zach looks at me confused. I didn't get any on you, did I? No. Good. I put the sandwich down and frown. There's a small dot of mustard on my shirt. I start reaching for a napkin from the nearby dispenser, but there's none left. Crap! Here! To my surprise, the dragon pulls one from beside him and that I didn't notice. I took some from one of the other tables. Thanks. I take it and very carefully wipe the mustard so it doesn't smear. Here we go. Whew! Lucky me. I managed to get it off before it leaves a stain. You saved my fur there, dude. You're welcome. I take another awkward sip of my soda. Silence falls between us once again. You know, usually I'm pretty good at getting people to talk to me. This guy's been a tough nut to crack. Long Way Home? Is that an album cover? My jacket? Yeah. It should get him to open up. It's an old album by Bubba Stanley. The name rings a bell from earlier. The jazz artist? You know him? He perks up slightly. Not exactly. I scratch under my chin. I just heard he used to go here and that he opened a restaurant in Santa Lucia after he retired. Oh. Yeah, that's him. So I take it you like jazz? Yeah. I kind of grew up listening to it. My parents are big fans. I nod my head. Cool. I consider taking another bite, but I don't want to splatter everywhere again. And just like that, the topic ends. Don't take this the wrong way, but I kind of get the feeling you'd rather be alone. He looks at me with a frown. I'm sorry. I just don't know what to say. I shake my head. No, don't apologize. You came here for some privacy, then I drop in out of nowhere. Sorry about that. I scratch behind my ear. I'll go ahead and leave you be. Thanks. I gather my tray and push in the chair. Oh, man. It's alright, I understand. Maybe we'll see each other sometime. It was nice meeting you, Zach. He stares down at his plate as I walk away. Oh, man. I can tell that kid's got a lot of problems. I start making my way back to the group, weaving between tables and mingling students. Come on, Ben, it's just one guy. Don't take it so personally. He's just one of those shy kids, right? Remember how you were when you first transferred to Bernard Academy? Huh. Before you met... There you are, Bennett. Brian left you food. He was hoping you'd come back soon. He did? I notice across the table my old plate is still there, untouched save for the one egg roll Brian took a bite of. See? I told you he was fine. You probably went to the restroom, right? Are you okay? Sorry there wasn't any space for you earlier. I hope you're not mad. No, it's nothing like that. Here, take a seat. The others got up to grab some dessert. Thanks. I place my tray down and finally get a chance to sit with my group. So, tell me what happened. I found a spot to sit near the back and ran into another guy eating by himself. Huh? Alone? Didn't he have a group? Yeah, he just needed some alone time, I guess. That's strange. Orientation lunch is a prime bonding moment for students and mentors. I'm surprised his mentor let him do that. I think he'd rather be alone. Where is he? I'd like to talk to him. No, you're not coming in here, Cat. He's back there. I point to the place behind the pillar. Huh? I shift around to get a better view, but notice that Zach's nowhere to be found. I guess he must have moved. I shrug my shoulders and look down at my sandwich. I should talk to him anyway. What did you say he looked like? It's okay, Chris. I think he decided to sit with his group again. It kind of hurts to know there's someone not enjoying orientation. Well, not everyone's super into social situations, you know. Gah, how can you say that? Meeting new people is half the fun of going to university. Yeah. I poke my sandwich. It's pretty soggy now. I suppose I still have the other plate, but it's probably ice cold. You mentioned dessert? That is weird. Who is that dragon? When the others get back to their seats, Chris, Karina, and I get up for dessert ourselves. There's a small little bakery next to the kitchen that serves a wide variety of pastries. All the while, I keep an eye out for the lonely dragon in the hoodie. Heh, this whole time I've sort of felt like a fish out of water. Everything's going like 1,000 miles per hour. It's hard to keep up with all this. Hell, it's practically sensory overload. Still, I wouldn't exactly call myself introverted. Jeez, if it's this bad for me, I can't imagine how hard it is for someone like Zach. I wonder if I'll see him again. With lunch out of the way, Chris leads us out of a different door than the one we entered the UC from, continuing the grand tour of the school. Down a small flight of stairs, we find ourselves facing what I assumed is a sports section of campus. Chris waves for us to follow him to the left, leading us down an elevated walkway that gives us a nice view of the fields. With my limited sports knowledge, I'm able to identify a soccer field instead of nets that I assume must be for tennis or volleyball. Behind them are a building that looks like a gym, and a massive stadium that's probably dedicated to the football team. There's a banner hanging over one side of the building displaying the logo for the USL Asteroids. I look over at Brian, half expecting him to be losing his mind at the sight of it, but instead he keeps his attention focused on the short, geeky shepherd in front of us. We soon arrive in front of a series of similar-looking buildings that stand several stories tall. Over here, the residence communities for our sophomore students. When you enter your second year, you're given the choice to join one of these eight mini communities. They each have their own themes, such as sustainability or community involvement. I scoff slightly hearing those terms. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of fun. It totally is! His eyes light up, clearly not catching the sarcasm in my tone. I was in the sustainability building last year. It was an amazing experience. If I remember correctly, we managed to earn an award for being the most sustainable college dormitory on the West Coast. What does that even mean? So, seriously? You don't know what sustainability is, Ben? I glance to my sides. Brian has a huge grin on his face while Nate stares up at the buildings in awe. Sustainability is when you live in a way that has minimal impact on the environment. Stuff like taking short showers, eating vegetarian, reusable water bottles, carpooling, only using electricity that you need. Each time he lists something off, he raises another finger on his right hand. That sounds... Chris looks up at Carlos in earnest. Never mind. Okay, let's keep going then. Chris continues walking down the path without looking behind him, probably assuming that we're following along. Carlos stares off to the side of the building, clearly bothered by something. I do not like the idea of these. It's all part of the experience, you know. I think it's worth a try. It could be fun if you get the spirit of it. Karina shrugs her shoulders and trails off after Chris. My eyes momentarily meet with Carlos's. Don't look at me. I don't really know what to think. Whatever. I end up being the last one to move on. Not gonna lie, this is a lot to take in. Hope I'll be able to handle it when the time comes. When we reach the next block, Chris turns around and smiles again, gesturing towards the left. Oh, check this out, guys! He stops and stands proudly, puffing out his chest. This is the Student Fitness Center, available to all current students with a university ID card. I take a quick look at the building he's pointing out. It's surprisingly modern in its design, with entire rooms lined by glass windows displaying the wide assortment of gym equipment within. I tilt my head to the side and shoot Chris a wry smile. Student Fitness Center, huh? Why does everything here have to have such fancy names? Wouldn't student gym work just as well? I suppose, yeah. Brian slides in next to Chris and pats him hard on the back. Ha! Don't be so bashful, man! Chris rubs the back of his head. Ben, you should never discredit the value of good marketing. Yeah? I, for one, look forward to seeing what this place has in store. I mean, I'll be here pretty often if you know what I'm saying. Ugh! Carlos lets out an audible groan and steps away from the group. Ryan responds by sticking his tongue out at the tiger while his back is turned. I can't wait to check out the facilities, too. Ah, Ben, you and I should start working out together again. What? I'm surprised by Karina bringing that up. Just like when we were in track. Oh, yeah. A wave of junior high nostalgia washes over me. We should definitely do that. Awesome! I think we have a track team at USL if you're interested. I can get the information to you later. No, it's fine. It's just a hobby that keeps me active, you know? Yeah, I get you. I try to fit in a workout routine when I have spare time, but it presents a dangling thread that I can't help but swipe at. You're too busy playing video games? I wouldn't put it that way, but yeah. Hang out with me long enough and I'll have you buff. Ryan steps forward and flexes his muscles for everyone to see. Hooah! And fit! I guess it wouldn't hurt. Moving on. Chris takes a few quick steps to get ahead, prompting us to follow along. I like this group. We're led to the building next door, winding down a small flight of stairs and wrapping around up to a peculiar sight. What the heck is that? I point at something that vaguely resembles a huge sculpture. That's the winning submission for last year's St. Lucy's Day Art competition. Okay. What is it supposed to be exactly? I squint at it, trying to make out any discerning features. It's certainly avant-garde. Something about St. Lucy, I know that much. Oh, don't be so uncultured, you guys. I think the message is pretty clear. She points at various shapes while trying to explain their meaning. That mask there represents her leading people to truth, and the sphere on that disc are her eyes, which means those scratch marks on her face indicate she's blind. Oh, it's so pretty. I'd love to meet the sculptor. That should be easy to arrange. Her name is Dr. Bagnasco, and she's one of the professors in the art department, which is right over here. Oh my god! I can't wait to start classes now! She looks at me and hops slightly, unable to contain her excitement. I knew this was going to be a great place to study. All I can do is smile, nod, and give her a thumbs up. Chris walks to the other side of the group, stopping in front of a field that's directly across from the art department. Right over there is freshman dormitories, but you already knew that. When do we get our keys back? Eh? Yeah. I kinda wish I brought my water bottle. Please be patient. We've still got a lot to cover. Speaking of, do I even have a room assignment? Oh, that's right. I forgot you checked in late. Don't worry, Bennett. You have a room prepared for you already. You'll just have to wait for tonight like the rest of the freshmen before you get your key. I look at the other two with slight concern. Does that mean it's the room we're in for the rest of the school year? Yuppers. A cold shiver runs down my spine. So that means you already know who your roommates are? You scared? Is you scared or something? No, just... I take a moment to consider my response, but eventually I give up and slump forward. Yeah, I had a bad experience in boarding school. I'd rather not relive that. I'm sure you'll be fine, Bennett. Our dorm coordinators take special care when assigning new students to their first dorms. They account for compatibility, similar interest, degree programs, of which I don't have one, and a whole ton of other factors. You're gonna have a great time, trust me. I was nervous too, but then I got to my feet my freshman year roommate and everything turned out amazing. He's always so chipper. I still don't know about this, but I guess I just have to live with it. Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it right here. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell. Leave a super thanks or a tip if you can, it always helps. Until the next video, I love you all. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!